Colonial Pipeline paid hackers nearly $5 million in ransom.
This is really all about a shakedown.
Given the massive disruption,
every CEO in the energy sector should immediately review their security posture and protocols.
The $5 million ransom paid by Colonial Pipeline was not the only cost. Operational shutdown, service disruption, and fuel shortages led to rising public tension and cost many more millions in lost revenue. That Colonial paid the ransom only hours after being hit on 7th of May proves the severe impact of the attack. Just in the last 9 months, ransomware attacks in the US increased 300%, sparking what many are calling a cyber pandemic. Corporations that manage critical infrastructure have been a primary target, with US utilities attacked 300 times every week in the last 2 months, an increase of 50%. The attack on Colonial has put the US oil and gas industry firmly on the radars of cybercriminal groups engaged in big game hunting. With hundreds of penetration tests carried out in 27 different countries, Cyber Citadel has perfected working remotely for clients anywhere in the world, with the guarantee that we will find a critical vulnerability. Our experience with industrial control systems particularly means we have mastered non-intrusive testing that finds exactly the type of flaws that can lead to a ransomware attack. Crucial to ICS is knowing exactly the assets and connections that make up a network. From a computer center managing production scheduling to a plant at field level, SCADA systems have placed a reliance on standard automation protocols. PLCs can have potentially tens of thousands of inputs and outputs, often communicating over a wide network area and between digital and analog components. As more legacy equipment has been forced to integrate with larger, internet-based networks, the probability and impact of cyber attacks on these systems has increased. During Cyber Citadel's penetration testing service, our first port of call is to map out the entirety of a client's network, from a control center to RTUs, PLCs, and IEDs. Our world-leading ethical hackers, listed in the Google, Facebook, Microsoft, and PayPal Halls of Fame, then issue proprietary, non-destructive commands throughout the network. These commands will find outdated legacy equipment, unpatched software, misconfigurations, and redundant log files that pose a real-world risk. We can even test your employees, finding those susceptible to, for example, phishing, the most common form of ransomware delivery. Our final report presents findings as real-world situations, ensuring that each vulnerability is explained in terms of criticality and exploit likelihood, giving senior management a clear understanding of their security posture. As with most vulnerabilities, you never really know if something was built or configured correctly until it has been compromised. Your only decision is whether to find compromising weaknesses safely through an expert penetration testing company like Cyber Citadel, or wait for cybercriminals to attack. Download our free white papers for industry-specific cybersecurity knowledge, and get in touch today to make sure the right guys find your network vulnerabilities before it's too late. The risk is real. Defend with Cyber Citadel.